Mark Skoskevich from the MyGuru academic test program is here to talk about it. And Mark, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And gee, lots to talk about. First of all kinds of headlines across America yesterday about changes coming to the SAT.
Right.
What's sort of the takeaway here?
Well, first of all, it's relatively early stages, so they've announced that there are going to be some changes. They haven't really put out the actual problems that are going to be on the test yet and how they've changed. But I think the idea is that they're trying to make sure the test is not so disconnected from what you actually learn in school or are going to be going through in college. So right now, some of the questions that they ask are relatively complicated. They're kind of testing your ability to learn new, really complicated words, and they're trying to move away from that and make everything a bit simpler.
Got it. All right. You say that one of the issues with kids is that sometimes they don't have the right mindset when they go into these tests. What do you mean by that?
Well, it actually goes back to, I think, some of the changes they're trying to make with the new SAT. But you know, these tests they're not IQ tests. They're not trying to test something that is fixed and that you can't improve. So the right mindset would be, you know, if I work hard, if I really engage with the material and I try to do a lot of practice, I'm going to get a lot better. And the wrong mindset would be, you know, this is just a really frustrating test. It's kind of evaluating me and there's nothing I'm going to be able to do. And so, you know what, why don't I just not practice and show up and see how I do?
Got it. All right. So your program is about one-on-one tutoring. And so I'm wondering, what sort of improvements can parents expect in a situation like that? Hypothetically, a kid comes in with a 22 and wants to get up in the high 20s. How long is that going to take, and is it doable, and is that common?
Right. Well, obviously, I'm just going to use some anecdotal evidence. We haven't done any, scientific research on it. It would be nice to do some, legitimate scientific research on it. But from what we see, I mean, if you're scoring in the low 20s and you put, 10 hours of tutoring along with some self-study, 2 or 3 hours for every hour that you're with the tutor, you could get an extra 5 or 6 points pretty reasonably. If you're already scoring up near a 30 on the ACT, which is very high, it's going to be very difficult to get an extra 5 points, but 2 or 3 is possible.
I got it. Okay. So